This video is going to give you 5 hours back every single week. And no, I am not talking about waking up earlier or cutting out your self care. Hi, I am Daisy. I am a certified project manager and I manage projects worth millions of dollars, and every minute counts and delays cost people money. But I also live in the real world and I am juggling work, family, and trying not to lose my mind in the process. And here's what I learned: you don't need more time, you need to stop letting time leak through the cracks. And I'm going to show you exactly where you are losing 5+ hours every week without even realizing it, and the top 3 steps to get them back, even if you feel completely maxed out. So let's go. Step one is to identify your time leaks. Okay, so I think it was last year I was complaining to my husband, surprise, surprise, that I don't have enough time and that there was just not enough hours in the day and that I was just drowning. And he said something to me that annoyed me, but he was totally right. And he asked me, "Where's your time actually going?" So for one day, I decided to track everything down, and I was shocked when I tracked down where my time was actually going. So let me tell you where I saw the biggest time leaks, where my time was just disappearing and evaporating. So the biggest ones for me were decision fatigue. And that's when you're asking yourself the same question and thinking about it all over and over again, like, what's for dinner? What should I wear? What are the kids wearing? What are we doing this weekend? These are micro decisions that drain hours of mental energy every single week. Another thing that I noticed where I lost a lot of time was in transition time. So switching between tasks and looking for things and restarting a task where you stop because you shifted tasks, that's transition time. Because if you're in deep work working on something and you get interrupted or sidetracked or you step away, then it takes time. You can't come back again. So that also, I noticed that I was losing time there. And then also I was losing time on reactivity, that is responding to every notification on WhatsApp, on my Teams, at every email that was coming through, everybody popping into my office. I was just jumping and reacting to everything. So that's where I was losing a lot of time there. So I spent about 30 minutes that morning standing in front of my closet and deciding, okay, like, what am I going to wear? And another 30 minutes at 5 p.m. staring into the fridge, trying to decide what's for dinner. And I switched tasks like 47 times, and I'm not exaggerating. That's just because every email, every text message, every notification pulled me away from having focused attention. And every time I switched tasks, it took me about 5 to 10 minutes to get back into it again. So by the end of the day, I had been busy for 10 hours, but I only accomplished about 3 hours of actual work. So let me give you some action steps. So just for one day, notice on where you are stuck deciding, searching, reacting, just for awareness. Just keep a mental awareness, like, oh, catch yourself. Oh, I'm thinking about dinner. Oh, I'm thinking about the lunches. Oh, I'm thinking about if I filled out the school paperwork or not, or if I did that research for what camp my kids are gonna go this summer. So just catch yourself, thinking about that. And then and I realized that I was spending about 30 minutes a day just figuring out what we're gonna have for dinner. And that's 3.5 hours in a week. Okay, so now I know that you're aware of your time links, but here's where most people get stuck and they don't know how to plug and play these tools and tips that I'm giving them. So inside my free membership, I give you the tools, templates, and exact systems that I use to get 5 hours back every single week. So I'm going to drop the link here. So make sure that you get there while it's fresh in your mind. Don't think about it. Pause this video, inside the free membership so you can get access to these free resources. Okay, now I'm going to go to step two is build your decision free zones. And this is what I mean. So, like, after I identified where my time was leaking, I got strategic and I thought, what if I just decided these things just once and never had to think about them again? So, I started with dinner because that was eating a lot of my mental energy every single day. So, what I decided to do, let me give you the strategy, is to eliminate repetitive decisions by deciding only once. So let me give you an example. That's like with meals. You can have a weekly rotation or meal themes like Taco Tuesday, Pasta Wednesday, Pizza Thursday, Vegan Friday, Vegetarian, whatever that theme is. You can have that. Your morning routine, I have a morning routine. So every day I do the same thing without even thinking about it. It's the same thing. I also have a closing routine for the end of my day here at work. And then also having outfits like capsule wardrobe or call them uniforms. So if this is what you're going to wear, that also helps with your decision fatigue. And then also setting weekly rhythms. Like I run my errands on Sundays, I meal prep on Sundays. Any social gathering of events or date nights are going to happen on Wednesday nights or Tuesday nights, etc. You get it? Pick whatever works best for your schedule. So this one Sunday, I sat down and I planned out about 14 dinners with the help of my best friend, ChatGPT, and that's just 14 dinners, which is 2 weeks worth of meals. And these meals are actually meals that my family will actually eat. Nothing fancy, like I said, tacos, pasta, chicken and rice. And you get it, the drill. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as my kids say. So I made a master grocery list from those meals that I need. And now every 2 weeks, I know exactly what we're eating, what I'm getting, and I shop from that list. And now when 5 p.m. rolls around, I don't have to run to the fridge panicking, running to my kitchen, or I don't have to think during the day as it's getting closer to dinner while I'm working, like, oh my gosh, I have to tackle what's going to happen for dinner. So there you go. That gives me the opportunity to focus on my work that I'm doing and not having to think about that. And it requires zero mental energy because now I have this plan and I don't have to think about it anymore. So this works because your brain isn't wasting any energy on the same decisions over and over again. You already made this decision. And with the help of ChatGPT, you already have your decisions already made there. You just put it in a template and you choose what you feel like, what meals you're going to have that for the next week or 2 weeks if you want to plan that far out. And if you eliminate just those 20 minutes of decision making per day, that gives you about 2 hours back every single week. So the one system, that the dinner rotation, that gave me back around 3 hours a week. And now these 3 hours that I was spending on deciding what we're gonna eat, searching for recipes, searching if I have the ingredients, running to the store the last minute. Now, setting up these decision free zones sounds simple, but customizing them for your life and your family's preferences, for your work schedule, your reality, that's where you need a guide. And that's where I have inside my free membership, where I share my actual frameworks and my weekly rhythms. So you can just grab things and plug and play and apply it to your real life. So if you haven't clicked the link that I said earlier, go in and get it so you can get inside the free membership. Now I'm going to go into the final step. Step 3 is to protect your power hours. So this changed everything for me. This is life changing. So I noticed that between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., I I could get more work done than the entire rest of my day combined. And that was because my brain was sharp. Early in the morning, I was focused, the ideas flowed, and I noticed that I was wasting this time by answering emails, taking random calls, putting out fires. And by the time 2 p.m. came about, when I finally had time to do the important work, my brain was mush. I had already been exhausted by all the fire drills and all the emails that I had responded to. So you have 2 to 3 hours in your day where you are at your best. Protect them fiercely. These hours, whether that be for you earlier in the morning when you wake up, or whether it be right after you drop off the kids from school, or if it's 9 to 11 for me, or if it's in the evening time right after your kids go to bed, whatever those hours are, if you're a night owl and those hours are work for you, protect them. Don't watch anything on TV. Don't keep your phone away from you, and just do focus work and those power hours. Let's call those power hours. So I made a rule that from 9 to 11 a.m., that is my sacred time. So I mean, obviously, when there's a meeting that needs to be scheduled due to calendar availabilities, I have to make it work. But for the most part, I have no meetings, no emails, no phone calls. My teams goes on to do not disturb, and I work on the most important work that needs to get done that actually moves my life and my projects forward. So the work proposal, I have strategic planning, I have deep thinking, and you know what happened? That work that actually used to take me about 6 hours with all those distractions, it actually took me about 2 hours of focus time. So, what to do on your power hours? So, it can be 1, 2, or 3 hours for you. So, what you want to do in these power hours, you want to do your most important work, like the stuff that actually moves your life forward. No emails, no scrolling, no distractions, and treat it like a meeting with yourself that can't be rescheduled. So go in and schedule it on your calendar. Put it on your Google Calendar, on your Notion calendar, on your planner. If you have one of my planners, just write it down, block it off, and that's your power hour, power hours, whatever works for you. Block it, schedule that time in for yourself. And this is what not to do. Do not waste your power hours on autopilot stuff like the laundry or busy work. Now, I block 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for deep work, no meetings, no messages, no interruptions, and I get more done in those 2 hours than I used to get done in an entire day of distracted chaos. So, all right, let me just add this up for you because when I did the math, I couldn't even believe it. So I'll add it up here. So stop deciding dinner every night. That's 3 hours. Reduce transition searching time. That's 1 hour. And power hours. That's 2 hours of quality focus time. That's a total about 5 to 6 hours back every single week. So that's 5 to 6 hours that I was losing without even realizing it. And it is not just about the time, it's about how I feel. I went from exhausted to feeling behind to now more energized and in control. And now I have margin in my life, I have breathing room. And I can say yes to the things that I actually want and no to the things that I don't want to do just because I feel like I should. And I'm not feeling like I'm constantly drowning. So it's not just about the time, it's about the energy, it's about the clarity, and about that feeling that you actually feel that you have control over your life again. All right. So I just gave you 3 steps to get 5 hours back, but let's preview. You can watch all these videos you want, but nothing changes until you actually do something. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to join my free membership right now, not later, not when you have time, right now, because inside you'll get the step to step roadmap, templates, workflows that I use for project management, but I also use them for real life. And we have a community of women who are going to be doing this together with you, and you want to stop watching and start implementing. So make sure you go. I'm going to have the link pinned here so you can get it. And I want to hear from you. Which step are you going to start with? 1, 2, or 3? Drop it down in the comments below. And I really hope that this video helped you. And if it did help you, please share it with another mom that is drowning. And subscribe because we are just getting started. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. See you in the next video.